The Uttar Pradesh election has now entered round 4. This is being touted as the most crucial phase yet in the battle for Uttar Pradesh. Remember that the main city of Lucknow is voting today, which is why the big political bigwigs also were seen casting their vote. Let's just get you those images that you see on your screens of BSP chief Mayawati. You also had the law minister of the state, Brajesh Pathak, turncoat Aditi Singh, SPs Anurag Badoria, all of them seen casting their vote. Half the UP election is over with the phase 4 now commencing. The BJP, of course, has been focusing all of its attacks mainly on the Samajwadi Party. But there's a reason I keep referring to phase 4 being the most crucial phase in this election. Let me break down for you on our election intelligence dashboard as to exactly which seats are going to polls in this particular phase. In phase 4 of, in fact, this particular election, you're going to be seeing the capital of Lucknow casting their vote. Let me just, in fact, get you those details of the seats that will be, that are voting today. You've got very, very important ones here, which are, in fact, going to determine exactly who will be the next Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. This entire belt is voting as we speak, and there are many, many very important seats in this particular belt here. Let me just show you how things played out in 2017. In this particular belt, if I take you through how really the seat breakup happened, 59 seats that are polling today, 51 went to BJP and its allies in 2017. Almost a sweep. If you look at Lucknow, if you look at Lakhimpur, Banda in the Bundelkhand region, all of them went the BJP way. SP was a distant second with 4 seats. Then you had the BSP, Congress, and then the others. So this particular region, you can see almost completely painted in saffron, is very, very crucial for the BJP. Because if they manage to repeat the performance in 2017, it means they're safe. But there are a number of factors this time around that could work against the BJP. The Lakhimpur Kheri incident, the fact that they've changed things around a bit in Lucknow, all of those are factors that the BJP has to also consider. So will we see a similar map come March 10th? That remains a question mark. But if this happens in phase 4, right now the polling is underway in all of these seats, the BJP will be very happy because historically speaking, these regions essentially decide who will be crowned as the next Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. Let's take you through some of the reactions before I go across to our reporters.
लोग चाहते हैं कि कानून का राज स्थापित रहे, लोग चाहते हैं कि डेवलपमेंट के मोर्चे पर प्रदेश और तेजी के साथ आगे बढ़े और बीजेपी ने उत्तर प्रदेश में करिश्मा करके दिखाया है।
क्योंकि कुछ लोगों का ये भी कहना है, विपक्ष का भी कहना है कि योगी जी के कारण ये ठाकुर बनाम ब्राह्मण मुश्किल हो रही है बीजेपी की।
दरअसल भारतीय जनता पार्टी सर्व समाज की पार्टी है, सबको साथ लेकर के चलती है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ब्राह्मणों की मूल पार्टी है और हम सब मिलजुल करके यूपी को एक बेहतर प्रदेश बना रहे हैं। कानून का राज स्थापित हुआ है, डेवलपमेंट के मामले में हम नंबर 1 पर हैं। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की जो योजनाएं हैं हम उसमें सभी में नंबर 1 पर हैं।
I'm very very confident about my win. मेरी जनता मेरी परिवार है। मेरे आदरणीय स्वर्गीय पिताजी ने हमेशा ये कहा है कि हमारी जनता हमारी परिवार है और समय समय पे हमारी जनता ने इस चीज को साबित भी किया है, तो बिल्कुल सपोर्ट मिलेगा।
उन्होंने जनादेश को धोखा देते हुए समाजवादी पार्टी के सहयोग से जीती थी, क्योंकि मुझे रोक दिया गया था, और कांग्रेस के सिंबल पे जीती थी, और जनता के जनादेश को धोखा देते हुए भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शामिल हुई हैं। उनकी जमानत जब्त होगी और आरपी यादव 1 लाख के अंतराल से जीतेंगे।
तो बीएसपी को अकेले दलितों का ही नहीं, मुसलमानों का ही नहीं, बल्कि अति पिछड़े वर्गों का भी और अपर कास्ट समाज का भी, अर्थात सर्व समाज का वोट बहुजन समाज पार्टी को मिल रहा है।
This region is important in every manner. It's not only the SCs, all SCs are consolidated in the whole of Uttar Pradesh. And so far as this region is concerned, this has a dominance of Brahmins also. And they were waiting to put their votes and oust this government, where they have seen more than 100 Brahmins being shot dead and encountered. So more than 500 dead. So this is a very important, this will be a clean sweep. This region is going to be a clean sweep so far as Bahujan Samaj Party is concerned. And you will see by the end of the day that the voting percentage will also go ahead, and Bahujan Samaj Party candidates will be faring very well.
And let me take this across to our reporters on the ground. India today has got the largest team of reporters in different parts of Uttar Pradesh to get you a sense of what's really playing out as voters are coming out in large numbers to exercise their franchise. Supriya Bharatwaj is joining us live from Unnao. We have Samaj joining us from Lucknow, Shreya Chatterjee from Banda and Ashutosh Mishra from Pilibhit. I want to begin with you, Supriya. There's a lot of focus this morning on the constituency of Unnao. We all, of course, remember so clearly the kind of politics that played out over the Unnao rape case. The Congress has given a ticket to the Unnao rape victim's mother, and so that's a big talking point as well.
Well, as far as Akshata, the Unnao constituency is concerned, certainly as the law and order is really an issue at grassroots level. Well, as far as when we spoke to the Unnao rape victim survivor's mother, Asha Singh, who is also the Congress party's candidate from where we are, Unnao Sadar, she said that the fight is no longer about herself. It's no longer an individual fight. It is a fight for all the bahus and the betis and the basically the daughters and the women folks and the sisters. She said very categorically that there is no law and order. Now, this is really interesting because now Sadar, the large number of population consists of that of the Brahmins, Muslim, Yadavs, and followed by that of the Thakurs. Congress party has tried its level best to ensure that this seat remains in limelight, because when Priyanka Gandhi announced that 40% tickets would be given to the women in Uttar Pradesh, first seat which was announced was Unnao and the candidate was Asha Singh. And after that, we saw Priyanka Gandhi and all the senior other leaders of the Congress party coming here and campaigning for Asha Singh. And today when we met her, she said the campaigning went well and she's very hopeful that she will end up winning the seat also. What is really interesting is that she kept on saying that all the daughters in this state of Uttar Pradesh have to fight for their rights, and law and order is an issue, but there was no justice given to her and her family in the Yogi government. So this is really interesting because the fight of the Uttar Pradesh, one very key poll issue that we have been seeing, whether it is the western Uttar Pradesh or now in the central, is that of the law and order situation at the grassroots level. And this time, all the political parties have gone out of their way to woo the women voters, A, because the number of the women voters have increased, and B, we have been seeing as to how more and more electoral, vote, or the electoral, what I mean to say is that more and more women have been given tickets by Congress party as well as other political parties. So it's going to be a very interesting battle as far as the grassroots level in Unnao is concerned.
This seat, perhaps, we'll know whether the Congress's Ladki Hoon Lad Sakti Ho campaign has really worked. Is it going to pay dividends for the Congress? Because they've chosen the mother of the Unnao rape survivor as their candidate. I just want to take you through also, as I mentioned, in this phase is when Lucknow is also voting. And some of the key candidates that you need to watch out for in Lucknow, let me just take you through those. You've got, of course, the fight also with several big ministers involved, like in Lucknow East, where you have, in fact, Ashutosh Tandon of the BJP who's fighting it out. He's won previously as well. So we will see, of course, how that plays out, whether he will, in fact, win again. But besides that, what I also want to focus on with regards to the phase 4 and Lucknow is the fact that in Lucknow cantonment, there's going to be a very, very interesting battle. And there you have the UP Law Minister Brajesh Pathak, who is fighting it out. He wasn't fighting from cantonment previously, so he's been fielded for the first time from the seat. The last time around, it was Rita Bahuguna Joshi who won from this particular constituency. And there's been a lot of talk about this as well. I'll tell you why. Samaj Srivastava is joining us live from Lucknow this morning. Samaj, Lucknow cantonment, Brajesh Pathak, you had a conversation with him this morning. He's saying he's confident of a win. But what perhaps is adding to the trickiness is also the fact that someone like Brajesh Pathak is fighting for the first time from Lucknow cantonment. The BJP believes that that's going to work in their favor. He is a strong leader. But the fact is that this is happening at a time when Rita Bahuguna Joshi's son, Mayank Joshi, has met with Akhilesh. So how is that a factor?
See, Rita Bahuguna Joshi was one leader which gave win to BJP last time from Lucknow Can. And now BJP changed his candidate and got Brajesh Pathak in her place. Number 2, Rita Bahuguna Joshi wanted his son Moy Joshi to fight for BJP and get with the seat. But BJP denied him ticket, and later a picture came in where Mohit was clearly seen. It was clearly seen with Akhilesh Yadav. So it's very evident that this politics is not stopping at all in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Because it's very clear, Samajwadi Party wants Brahman vote. It is not just about MY this time, they are targeting the Brahman vote. While on the other hand, BJP is very confident with the popularity of Brijesh Pathak in Lucknow itself. Because when India Today spoke to Brijesh Pathak, he seemed very confident. He went to take blessings of Lord Hanumana in the Hanuman Setu temple of Lucknow. And he was clear. We just asked him that whether the meeting between the son and Akhilesh Yadav yesterday will take and make any impact on the Lucknow Kent vote. So he clearly said there won't be any change and we will win by a high margin. So this is the confidence level of BJP at this particular time. Because we know some seats including Ashutosh Tandon, Brijesh Pathak, that seems to be a big, better seat for BJP. But if you talk about the Sarojini Nagar seats, that has become a hot seat. Earlier it was about Swati Singh, now this time it is about the Rajeshwar Singh and Abhishek Mishra. A tough battle could be seen in that particular seat. Apart from that, seats in Bakshi Ka Talab and Mohanlalganj are also going to play a crucial role, because Samajwadi Party and BJP, this election has gone to the bipolar elections. Though the parties like BSP and Congress are fighting hard, Priyanka Gandhi is roaming around roads of Uttar Pradesh, lanes of particular districts, but this is the big fight and seems to be a bipolar election. I am reporting from the old Lucknow, and this is Muslim dominated area, and this vote is also going to play a major role, at least in the state capital. Yes.
I want to focus now on also the area of Pilibhit. Remember, as I mentioned, of the 59 seats currently in phase 4, BJP had 151, and that was because they managed to sweep several regions in this particular area, including Pilibhit, where you are, Ashutosh. The BJP managed to sweep last time. The question is, can they repeat it this time? Because, you know, the issue of farm distress, which was echoed so much in Punjab, in parts of western Uttar Pradesh, it's an issue in places like Pilibhit as well.
Absolutely, and particularly, you know, in the light of the violence that triggered in Lakhimpur Kheri during the farmers' agitation, and Pilibhit being one of the adjacent district and also having less than 3% Sikh voters, this could be one talking point and influential factor when it comes to the polling in the district of Pilibhit. Subsequently, we have seen how the parliamentarian from the BJP, Varun Gandhi, turned rebel against own party. In fact, there was one audio that leaked where Varun Gandhi allegedly was being, told to party workers support to the, the opposite candidate, the opposition candidate. But however, he later denied that those video doesn't belong to him. So clearly, in all these factors, the caste commentary has been set by the BJP, also by the Samajwadi Party, because in 2017, BJP massively swept away. However, there is a massive turnout that I can see since morning, and perhaps in the first 1 hour, there has been more than 10% of the voting. So this gives a better trend in the Pilibhit when it comes to polling, that people are coming out in a huge number. But besides this polling day, since, UP is all about the colors, where I'm standing, this is called a Bansuri Chowk, and Pilibhit city itself known as City of Flute. A local artist, Dinesh Yadav, who's joining with this broadcast, playing a flute for all our viewers. And have a look and just give a pair of ear to this amazing music by the local artist. That's all from Pilibhit. Back to you, Akshata.
Right, thank you, Ashutosh, for getting us that lovely report there from Pilibhit. What also in our election coverage inevitably is highlighted is the lovely culture and tradition of Uttar Pradesh. Now, Ashutosh made a very important point about Lakhimpur Kheri and how this will swing considering all that played out last year. In 2017, of the 59 seats, the BJP swept 51. The reason for that was regions like Lakhimpur. And I just want to take you through how Lakhimpur voted last time around. Now, you see how in 2017, it went overwhelmingly in favor of the BJP, with BJP emerging victor. This is considered one of their strongholds. But with all that played out in October last year of the farmers' protest, of farmers being mowed down during an agitation, it's an issue that's resonating. And that's why the BJP is wary this time that perhaps Lakhimpur won't really go their way. March 10th, of course, we'll know if that really is the case. If Lakhimpur, the people of Lakhimpur, have voted because of farm distress and the protest, or whether they've stuck to their caste roots. All our reporters continue to stay with us here on India Today for our unmatched election coverage. We're slipping into a very short break. I'm leaving you with these images of poll officer Reena Dwivedi. I'm sure you've seen her images online. She went viral for her pictures in a yellow sari at a polling booth in 2019. She's back in action today, and we spoke to her.
रीना जी, हमने आपको पिछली बार भी देखा था और इस बार भी, क्या कहेंगी? पहले पीली साड़ी में थी।
मेरा कोई लुक नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं किसी एक ड्रेसिंग सेंस में बंधी हुई हूँ। मैं हर तरह के ड्रेस फॉलो करती हूँ, फैशन को फॉलो करती हूँ, काम के साथ साथ सारी चीज़ों पर ध्यान देती हूँ। तो ये लोगों की मेरी खुशकिस्मती के लोग मुझे पसंद करते हैं।